What's up, guys? This is Harry Zero's vlog number, I think it's number 23. I recorded a vlog, I think probably like 3 weeks ago, and I was going to upload it and put it up, but I eventually scrapped it. I think part of the reason was I was extra rambly, and you know how these vlogs go, I ramble a lot and just kind of just talk off the top of my head and things that are going on, and that's what this is going to be today also. But I think it was extra rambly, and maybe there was a little bit more like complaining. And so when I watched it back, or I look back at kind of the quality and the audio and stuff like that, and I was just listening to some of it, and it sounded extra whiny. So I whine anyway. That's my vlogs, but it was extra whiny on top of that, and a little bit too feely. So eventually I was like, okay, I'll just scrap it and just try to record another one, and I just haven't gotten around to it until now. And I have a little bit of time right now. Right now I'm in my room. This is the breeder room. I shifted things around a little bit again. So I'm kind of back to, I pushed my desk back so that I'm back to the place when, I did my first episode 1 of the Gecko Pod, with AJ, and my desk is back against the wall here. And I've removed a couple racks in here and shifted things around to this room and a little bit downstairs in the hatch room. So I cleared up some space in here, and so this is why it looks a little bit more spacious at the moment. I still have some of my breeders here. Nothing in this tank. This used to have the croc skinks. Now there's nothing in there. I got rid of a few tanks. Some of my bigger tanks that held my pair of lychees and my kahua, I moved that downstairs, sold one, got rid of some other stuff. And over here I have some of my Uris. You can see some of it's along the wall here, but I have my morning geckos right here. I have four Uri breeder setups, Uri Viarde, and then up here I have Uri babies. So these 5 are different groups of Uris. Group 1, 2, 4, group 3 is right there. So just growing some of the Uris out. But yeah, so this is kind of my room. We got my wheel banks over here. Still have a bunch of eggs cooking for the season. Getting overrun by them a little bit. This one just hatched yesterday. Let's see. I think it's a sable. I've only hatched a few sables this season, not too many. I'm definitely late to the game. But let's see if I can grab it. I don't know if it's going to show up, but so maybe a sable. I'm not sure. Some of my other ones are like really obviously sable. This one is kind of like it could be. I think this one could be. Yeah. So yeah, kind of sable-y, right? This looks more capish, but it's definitely not a cap because the pairing was a sable to a normal. So pretty sure this one's a sable. And then I've had my Exantic project this year rolling, but I hatched a bunch of 100 hets, but not as many visuals as I thought. I did make a decent amount, a dozen or more visuals, both non-lilies and lilies, but not as much as I thought I'd make. So this one just popped yesterday. Actually, nothing crazy. This one looks kind of a little bit lower pattern on its sides, not as potent lily expression, but this one hatched out pretty beefy. It's a pretty good size. What's the hatch date on this one? This one's probably, it's right around 90 days, 92 days. So, but here we go. Nothing crazy. This one's okay. Yeah, standard Exantic lily. So yeah, that's been hatching. I have a bunch of these. I got to bring them down to the hatch room. So these all hatched within this week too. Here's another stack here. So anything crazy in here I can show you guys? Bert, stop it. Hey, stop. Quiet. Ruse up here. Leave it. But so I wanted to do this vlog. I'm hoping that it's not going to be too long. I don't have as much time today as I normally do to freely ramble. But I did want to talk about some progression with business stuff. So I think in my last vlog, man, I don't even remember. Did the shipping platform launch yet? I gotta look back on when my last vlog was because I don't remember. But I launched this platform, the shipping platform. I don't remember when. It's probably over a month ago, but it's more recent. And I've been working on this thing for a while. So not just my account in terms of my FedEx account, but also in terms of the actual website is custom, completely from scratch. Every single detail is completely from scratch. All the buttons, all of the visuals, all of the features, all of the modules, all of everything. Like every single thing on this website is built from scratch, and it's not cheap. These things are, it's not like a Squarespace where you can like have a website builder for like $50 a month, and you can customize and add pictures here and there. It's like this is an expensive platform, and because everything's custom and it's an ongoing process, right? It's not just like, hey, build this for me and we're set, right? I'm constantly working on tweaks. I'm constantly working on fixes. I'm constantly adding features. And so it's a lot of work. At least in my mind, it's a lot of work. I'm just every day, all day, I'm just constantly trying to build out new features, try to fix things, and making sure that the customers that are shipping with me like have a really good experience. And so I'm just like head down. I'm just trying to lock in and dial in this platform and just make the best platform out there that we have. And I feel like it's up there. I feel like it's. I mean, I'm biased because it's my platform, but I really do think it's the best platform. In terms of reliability, sometimes you'll get like validation failed. Sometimes you get some weird features where it's like yesterday, someone texted me, said, "Hey, like, are the hubs closed?" Because like I have the hub information when you go to like hub and weather, and the hubs all showed that Monday to Friday closed, like every single hub, right? And obviously that's not the case. We know that's not the case, but little things like that. So I had to ping my tech team, and they had to adjust it and fix it. So it's just like a constant flow of fixes because it is a custom site. It's like bound to have a lot of bugs, a lot of things that kind of run up on each other, different scenarios in terms of the features of the website. It seems simple, but when you do this to this, it messes up something here, and so I'm just constantly on my website, as simple as it looks, and I'll show you guys here. Pull it up here, and this is why I wanted to do this vlog up here, so I can show you a little bit about the website. And so little stuff like this where it seems very simple, right? You're basically you have your home, it goes here, you create a label. Okay, this little blurb here, simple fast shipping, 4 easy steps, 1 2 3 4. It's pretty easy. It's pretty easy in theory. Obviously we know the nuances of shipping animals, whether it's reptiles, whether it's aquatics, whether it's invertebrate, and it's one of those things where it's a little bit more nuanced, but the general idea is still applicable in terms of shipping in good parameters of weather, making sure you know the routes as best as you can, whether it's going to go to Memphis or Indy, or whether it's going to stay on your coast. For me, it's Oakland, right? Anything that I ship within the West Coast, it stays on this side. Anything even out to like Nevada and Arizona, the hub goes out of Oakland, right? But anything beyond that, I think Colorado and Texas, obviously they go to Memphis and then fly back. So kind of knowing your routes, kind of knowing the weather. And I'm trying to, so what I did is I tried to build features within my website to kind of highlight these things and show it, right? So this is the front page, right? I'm just going to show you guys a walkthrough. So this is the front page, very simple, right? Simple landing page. You could do your quick quote here. You can also do your quick quote right here. So I made it so that it's very easy to just find things and click things. And some things obviously you got to dig a little bit, but here's labels, how to ship. Here you can find your Lasiac labels. You can schedule a pickup. You can do your tracking. But so anybody can use this tracking. But if you already ship off of my website, then you will have tracking built into your dashboard. And I'll show you that in a second. So I'm assuming this isn't going to be like widely used as much, but I built this in and I had them put it in here just in case anybody that doesn't have an account on my website, then they can just go here, track their package. And I think it brings you to the FedEx tracking. But for me, if you're a user and you have your orders, then there's live tracking updates without even clicking it. So, but let me show you guys. So Hub Locator, I'll show you guys the Hub Locator. So Hub Locator is the same as Hub and Weather. So anytime you click on it, okay, I'll go my zip code, right? I live in Fremont, California. So even like little things like this, where I get feedback. So AJ's like, hey, if you type in your zip code, you should populate the city and state. I'm like, oh, that's a great idea. So I had them build this in. Little features like this. All that takes time. It seems really simple, but it's not very simple. So when I type in my zip code, it says it returns 6 FedEx locations. And these locations are pulled from FedEx directly. FedEx feeds us information, and what I've selected and what I know Morph Market or Redline or other companies have done also is very similar, is that they pull FedEx information and they select, okay, hub only, right? Because when you actually pull information, it shows you all the FedEx office centers, all of the authorized dealers. It populates that, right? And so we got to select it so that it's FedEx hub only, the local hub where you can actually send your live animals. So for me, it pulls up 6 locations. Menlo Park, this is right next to Facebook. I live really close to Facebook. Johnson Drive in Pleasanton, that's in the valley to me. Sunnyvale, that's South Bay, that's south of me. That's like close to Cupertino, down there where Apple is. San Jose, San Francisco, that's north. Okay, so you have that. It gives you, see, like this, exactly. This is what I'm talking about. Monday to Friday, it's still showing closed, and it shouldn't be like that, right? So if I hit, let's try to hard reset or try to reset it again. Little things like that, just kind of drive me crazy. But there it goes. Okay, I reset it, refreshed it, and here it goes. So sometimes if you're a user of my website, of this shipping platform, then sometimes you just have to like press Control Shift R or Command Shift R if you're on Apple, and then it kind of like does a hard reset of the website and kind of repopulates everything. So there's that. And okay, so also in the Hub and Weather, what I really liked and what I think it was Andrew Gilpin that kind of suggested, building in, did he suggest building in not just the hub, but the weather also? It could have been Gilpin. But either way, when you type in your hub, then it populates not just your hub that you're looking for or that you're looking for your customer, but it also populates the original destination of you, right? Like, so let's do AJ, right? Let's go to 27313, use AJ's a lot for examples. So Pleasant Garden, here's his ship centers. He lives out in the Cuts, so his hub is 16 miles away. And then so it'll show his, let's say I'm shipping to him. I know my weather is great in California right now, mid-70s, beautiful. And then out where he is right now, okay, his weather is great right now too. It's perfect, right? So it's perfect weather to ship to him. Okay, great. Receiver end shipping is great. Now let's look at Memphis. Memphis, because it's going to Memphis before it goes to Pleasant Garden, North Carolina. Memphis is the main sorting facility. Indianapolis is also a main sorting facility, but majority of our shipments go through Memphis, Tennessee, especially if you're shipping from East Coast to West Coast and vice versa. So we always look at Memphis, Tennessee. We look at the weather for the upcoming days that you're going to ship. If there was like 95 to 100, we wouldn't ship, right? We would wait for the following week until it looks like something like this. So right now would be perfect. So if I were to ship today, I'd be like, oh, perfect. Weather is perfect. You just need a cryo pack. And you can throw an ice pack in there, maybe like a small ice pack for good measure. But cryo pack within this temperature is perfect and ideal. And then you're like, okay, where's this hub? Right here? Okay, cool. Awesome. I will make sure that it gets sent to there, right? So you can scroll down. Well, so this is the hub locator. When you do quick quote, let's say from my house to AJ's house, let's say 887, it's going to be 2 pounds. Let's say it's going to go to the hub, get weather and rates. So this also is kind of it gives you kind of that information again, where it'll give you that weather again because you're doing a quick quote. It'll show you the hub destinations and kind of your discounts. So right now on my account, you'll see that it's 81. I just made this number up, right? And I made this number up kind of in my what do you call it? In my admin dash, so that I can kind of like gauge like, okay, 81 is not what I get. This is really good. These are really good discounts. But I was playing with kind of the discounts to see what it looks like for users, right? So I don't think anybody will ever get 81 because that's like at cost or you're losing money at this point. And so this isn't an accurate representation of cost, but I was just like typing in random numbers. So the retail price is kind of also fed to us by FedEx. So if you look on my site, you look on Morph Market, you look on Ship Your Reptiles. Actually, I don't know. I haven't played with SYR as much, but I know Redline has retail price. All of those sites will show, okay, here's the retail price. Retail price is kind of the price that MSRP or whatever, on a car. This is what you would, if you were to walk into the store and you want to say, I want to ship from here to here, this is how much it would cost. But obviously, you can't go to the store and ship animals because you need to be a live animal approved shipper, which we are. And so you can't just do that at a shop. They won't take that animal. But so I get this quote, and then I'll scroll down and I'll hit book this label. My address is out there anyway because if you receive a package from me, then you'll see all that information anyway. But okay, here you go. Okay, so Harry Chan, Zeros Geckos. I input all my stuff. And then over here, okay, sorry I had to cut that out. But okay, so I inputted, I'm just using an example for Shane. This is a hub, so I'm not too worried about showing this address because it's not his, it's just his hub. But when you type in a hub address, then you can check it, like the system will automatically check if it's a FedEx hub or not. And if it is a FedEx hub, it says, we found potential hub locations that might match your address. Even though you typed it in exactly, just select yes, right? So you hit select, you click yes. Sorry, I had to cut that out too because it showed his phone number and email address. So it auto-populates, the hub address, and it said, and it verifies it. Address type FedEx hub. So address automatically validated, delivery set to FedEx hub. So it knows it's going to a hub. What you should do if you're utilizing this function, you just type in like FedEx hold at location if it is a FedEx, So that way the label will show name. It'll say FedEx hold at location, so the location of that hub will know, but also they know anyway. Even if you don't put that in, it's fine. But then you type in 887, you hit get rates, and you kind of go through that process. And so I'm not going to do this because the next screen is basically going to have you check out and make sure that all your information is correct. You can book another label before you pay for the label. So the cool thing about my website too is that you can book multiple labels. You can book like 10, 12, 15, however many labels all at once. So you'll see them line itemed out, and then you'll see them line itemed out. and then you click purchase. So you can pick either purchase with the credit card or purchase with a wallet. And the wallet system is essentially, anytime it's kind of, think about it like this. You know how like in Starbucks, if you have the Starbucks app, then you pay with the Starbucks app, you get points and stuff, right? But what do they say when you're about to run out of funds? It says, oh, refill your app or something, right? And you put in another $50 into the thing. So the wallet itself is like that. It's an on-platform payment system where you can put money into there, and the incentive is that I give like percentage bonuses. If you spend like $250, you get like, if you're a premium member, you get like 8% bonus on top of that. If you spend $500, you get 10% bonus on top of that, which is pretty, in my opinion, pretty generous. And then so you have that wallet information to kind of pay for labels if you want. You can do that too. Also, the wallet system allows you to all your referral bonus, all your label benchmarks, your rewards, your bonuses, all the perks, things get dumped into your wallet for credit, for shipping credit. So even if you're a premium user and you pay $30 a month, then your $30 immediately goes back to your shipping credit. So you're essentially losing absolutely nothing, right? If you ship one box a month, you're covered for. And that credit doesn't expire, it rolls over. The only limitation is that your wallet amount will only get up to $1,500. So anything beyond that, you won't get any more perks, or you can't get any more anything beyond $1,500 within the wallet. So, but most people, I imagine, aren't going to use that amount of money. I mean, I have topped off and refilled wallets up to like $1,000 before. Not on my app here, but like a restaurant or something. When they give you like extra bonuses. And so that's the wallet system. All your perks, bonuses, refills, everything goes in there, and it's basically shipping credit. The credit card offer obviously is credit card information, and that is you can save your credit card information for future uses. That's just a new feature I put in. It seems very like common, like every single website has that, right? But it took a while for us to build that and integrate that in, and it's not an easy task or an easy feature to build in. It actually took quite a while to make it so that you don't just input your credit card, but it saves it for next time. We wanted to do it safely, and we wanted to make sure that the user's information is all safe and stuff. So what we did is that we connected all my payment processing is through Square Inc. And I said this in a post, in a IG post yesterday, is that, is this, here, let's go here. Is your information secure? Is it safe, right? So if you go here, I added in this FAQ. How do you process payments? Is it safe? And what I said is that, our credit card system is processed through Square, and no information is stored on our servers, including your credit information that you have the option to save in your profile for future purchases. All your sensitive payment information is stored directly into Square. So Square is what Square is. A lot of people use Square when you go to vending shows, when you go to businesses and actual shops. A bunch of people use Square. It's basically a payment system, kind of like Heartland or Chase or whatever. But Square is pretty big. Last year, I looked this up. In 2024, there were $228 billion worth of transactions that moved through Square, and so Square is a solid company that is well-known, reliable, super secure, and all your payment information is stored there. I see nothing on our website or our servers. Nothing gets stored. Nothing is seen. I only see the last 4 digits of your card. And so anytime there's a refund that's needed, I just go into the Square app and do those refunds. So I don't even see any of users' information when it comes to credit card. And so that's kind of the credit card payment situation there. Very simple, like standard, right? But it took a while to build in the store to save your credit card information, so it's convenient for you to next time come in, and so you don't have to keep manually typing in your your credit card information every time, you know. So but yeah, I think you know, like I soft launched it in September, not September, I'm sorry. I think it was last month. I don't remember. Like my mind is all frazzled from just being so engulfed in in kind of this process. And so I I rolled it out, and you know, we don't have a ton of users yet. We have under 100 users. It's not very big at all. But I also didn't do any hard marketing. But I just wanted to soft launch it first and kind of get feedback. And so I'm super thankful for the handful of people that have used it. And your feedback is invaluable. So this website, this platform, this whole shipping interface, it's made for you guys, and it's made pretty much by you guys. You know, when you kind of ask for certain things and features, then I kind of built that in. And it's not cheap. Every single feature like adds up, and it's not cheap. But I'm willing to do it because I want to build a solid a solid platform for everybody to like fully integrate and use. And there are more things up ahead that's kind of in the works. I call it the phase 2, and I will roll that out in the future. But right now it's kind of in the works, and I'm trying to figure out what it's going to look like in terms of timeline, because it is a bit of a beast to build out, and also in terms of the scope of investment for myself. And so it's going to be investment for sure. But I also think that it's going to serve our customers very well, because once they see it and once they're able to utilize it, I think it's going to capture a pretty wide audience, even beyond reptiles. So for me, I'm excited to kind of work these features out, and step by step. You know, I think you know how like when I don't know if this happens for you, but for me, and you guys know from my vlogs, is sometimes I'll like step into something and I'm naive about the process or naive about what's to come. And I kind of like that because it gives me boldness to kind of just step into something without knowing what's going to happen, because I'm like, Oscar will figure out as we go. But also, I know that there are many hurdles up ahead. I've already hit some, and not just with the shipping thing, but even with the whole like geckos, you know, Zeros geckos, and it's been a journey to get to where I am currently business wise as Zeros geckos. And I'm thankful, you know, I'm truly thankful that, you know, I'm at a place where, you know, business is going well overall. And it's because of you guys, you know, because I'm appreciative of our customers and the people that have supported me. And it's been yeah, I'm just grateful. But yeah, it is a journey now that I'm transitioning from not just the geckos, not just farming the geckos, but now this shipping platform. I've just been so distracted from one or the other, and I think eventually I'll come to a place where I'll find a good balance for both Zeros geckos and ShipZeros. But right now I'm just so in the thick of it that there's a lot. So I don't know what's up ahead necessarily, but I do know what I want to do, and I do know the step-by-step process to at least move towards there. So I'm excited. Beyond reptiles, I want to move into different spaces, and we'll see what that looks like. I'm not sure yet. I do want to establish the animals first, and I want to make sure we have a good solid foundation of reptiles, aquatics, and just have you know, understand the needs of our customers and really try to figure out and reverse engineer how I can build features out for you guys. You know, so the shipping platform seems like it's overall really simple, right? Like, oh, just buy a label, slap it in your box, right? Yeah, yes. At the core of it, we're just selling labels. You know, more market selling labels, Redline selling labels. You know, of course there's shipping supplies, and I get that. But the core thing is that we're just selling labels. That's the base thing that we're selling. But on top of that, we're also trying to sell and build out experience, right? We're trying to build out ease of use and workflow. And are there other things that we haven't even thought about that we can approach and adjust to? Absolutely. And so this is where, for me, I'm just constantly in my own mind, in my own head, thinking like, okay, how can we make this a better platform for our users, for myself? And so a lot of this started with, just me kind of like going to the FedEx website or using Redline or Reptiles to You, right? I started with Reptiles to You, and kind of going through the process of there and utilizing Redline for a little bit, and then utilizing my own account where before I was approved to sell third party, and so kind of working through that process and really understanding kind of the pain points of shipping. And at one point I was at peak season, I think this was April, I was sending out like 20-25 packages a week, geckos, right? And anybody who ships that much, it doesn't sound like that much to some people, but dude, it takes so long to kind of package and work with the customers and get the right information, make sure the hub is correct, make sure all the weather is safe for 25 individual packages, and making sure you have your labels for your boxes ready, you have your lineage information for your animals, you make sure you have the right size delis. Like it's a lot. And sometimes you're like, oh man, I don't have enough freaking phase packs, and I have to order some really quick from TSK or from wherever, Superior, and then you're hoping that it comes in time. Oh, I don't have enough 776s. Oh, I don't have enough 1111 and then you kind of go through that hassle. Oh man, so I've lost, like one time I was like, I had no more packaging paper. I was like bare minimum scrapping. And so like the pain points of shipping, it is a thing. Like it's difficult to ship. I mean, some people have their shipping down pat, and it's because these are like more very established people. Like AJ, I feel like is pretty streamlined with his shipping practices. For me, I'm pretty close. I feel like I do pretty well overall. If I'm flooded with a ton of orders for 1 week, then it is stressful, but it's doable. It just takes me a little bit. It probably takes me a few more hours than it would take AJ. But yeah, I mean, the shipping thing is a little bit daunting for, I would say, a majority of the hobby, because one, majority of the people have never shipped before. They're still hobbyists. They're still getting into it. They don't sell very much. They don't breed too much, and so that is a majority of the hobby. And then a majority of people, and then a lot of people do like onesie twosies a month, and then a few do a couple times a week. And so, but the majority is like, majority of people don't necessarily know how to ship yet. And for that audience and that customer base, like I want to make sure that we can really educate people how to ship, and just teach them the general principles of shipping, whether it's reptiles, whether it's aquatics, whatever it may be, right? And I think the more information is out there, the easier it is, the more comfortable and confident people will be to ship animals. Because shipping animals it's kind of scary, like, oh, I'm going to ship this animal across to East Coast, to Florida, to New York. It's like, is it going to survive? And it's scary when you don't know what to expect. So my goal in all of this is to create a platform to, once again, educate, but also provide the services, right? So not only am I providing labels, but I'm going to also provide shipping supplies. And so I'm partnering with Superior Shipping Supplies to have that on my platform. It's still being built out in terms of the e-commerce page of shipping supplies. So you'll see this on Morph Market. You'll see this on Redline also. They also kind of partner with their different companies, right? Morph Market's with TSK, Redline's with Reptile Basics. And so those boxes that you get from those guys come from those guys. So for me, I'm partnering with Superior, And Superior, I'm excited about because they're OGs, right? I think even before some of these other guys, Superior was around, and Scott was there to kind of at the beginning of a lot of these things, and their prices are relative. As I'm kind of comparing different prices, it's pricier because of shipping involved with Superior, and so I'm trying to figure out what that's going to look like on my platform, how I can kind of mitigate and kind of maybe absorb some of the cost, or find ways and solutions so that the cost to the consumer is going to be not painful. So hopefully it's going to be right in line with some of these other guys that are shipping. But I mean, the margins aren't great on a lot of things, and yeah, I mean, the last thing we want to do as businesses is like a race to the bottom. Like, we don't want to do that. Like it's one of those things where like I understand, as a business you want to provide the best service and best value, but you also want to make sure that your margins are good enough so you can run a business. And for shipping supplies, shipping labels, eventually it can be commoditized if we have enough companies where we're just like a race to the bottom, and we don't want that. We're already like pretty competitive right now. You just need that initial marketing and push and promotion to be like, hey guys, I'm here. Like like any business would be wise to kind of make their mark, however they're going to make their mark. There's good ways to do it, there's bad ways to do it, and there's just a lot of gray areas to do it too. I think a lot of things are neutral overall, to be honest. And so for me, yeah, I need to find ways to promote my website. A lot of these things are, a lot of the business is driven by volume, right? So if there's no volume, then your rates are going to go up, and you just won't be able to compete. So for me, I need to continue to build volume. I need to continue to show that, hey, I'm in this space. Nobody knows I'm here yet, right? Maybe some people know. Like if you look at my IG, when I first soft launched it, I saw like there's 6,000 people that saw that video of me soft launching it. How many people actually know what it is? I don't know. Let's say half, 3,000. I don't know. And and like it's not enough relative to the grand scheme of the market. The market is huge. Like, you have to understand, the shipping market is huge. There's reptiles, there's aquatics, there's other live animals, there's things outside of that space. The online sales market is massive in terms of everybody shipping, utilizing shipping, because we all have online businesses now at this point, right? You have Palm Street, you have Whatnot, you have District, you have Amazon, you have eBay. A lot of fish sellers are on eBay. You have there's just, everything is online now, online sales, right? So the shipping industry is an interesting one. It's not easy to break into, for sure, especially for animals. It was a grind to it was a grind to kind of get that account established, and yeah, it's not always easy to kind of establish not just that you're an animal seller, but also kind of your rates and kind of maintaining your account, right? So all that said is that I'm working on promos, and I'm hoping to have more people know that there's ShipZeros and that we're around, and we're still soft launching, and figure things out. Up here, I said, oh, FedEx shipping is closed Monday, 9/1, Labor Day, planning shipments accordingly. So as of today, I'm recording on today's Wednesday, and so next Monday it's closed. FedEx shipping is closed. September will be promo rate month. We'll have higher than normal discounts given on your overnight shipment. Stay tuned. So September, I already sent out a newsletter to some of our users that have been utilizing our website already. And for month of September, I'm just going to have a site-wide discount for rates, and in hopes to just kind of get my name out there, get myself out there. And I'm not going to do this very often, because I think when you do this, I think it kind of like rocks the boat a little bit too much. And so you can do this, but you have to do it, carefully, and you have to do it with intention and being mindful of the space itself. And so I don't necessarily want to rock the boat in a negative way, but I also want people to understand and know that I'm around and that the service is here, right? So when it comes to competition with kind of these businesses, then for me, I like to keep to myself a lot. And when it comes to private stuff like that, for me, I'm not. And you can look back on my vlogs. For me, I think there's plenty of space. I really think that there's plenty of space for all of us to exist together, for all of us to, even if you don't partner together in terms of like, hey, like, what's your rate today? Like 65? Okay, I'll be 64. I'll be 66. Like we don't even have to do that. We don't have to talk to each other on that level, from my perspective. But I do think that there's enough space in the industry to really just kind of operate on your own and provide value to your customers as much as possible, but also find that balance where you're not just dumping prices wholesale willy-nilly and not making any money. Like we are businesses that need to survive. So we could talk about the Geckos, right? When it comes to like selling geckos, the example is AJD Reptiles, when he sells on Palm Street, for example. Let's just use this because it's very obvious for everyone to see. When AJ sells his animals, his price on average per animal is very high, relative to a majority of us, right? It's very high. And why is that? There is room for everybody to be on Palm Street to sell, but some people will sell wholesale animals, which is fine, right? Everything is fine. You just how you want to run your business. Some people will buy animals for $10 from RBM, $15 or RBM or wherever, right? And then flip it and sell it for $40, $50. That's a pretty good profit, right? But then that's their business model. And then you have sellers in between that kind of have different models. And then you have AJ, very high-end stuff. Price per average is very good. His animal stock, I believe, is some of the best in. I'm not even blowing smoke up just because he's my friend. Like, just look at the animals, right? Look at the animals, look at other breeders' animals, and we can visually tell. You can visually tell what's better and what's not, right? Some of the in-between stuff from other, like average sellers like myself, like I'll say, okay, those are good. It looks just like this other breeders or this other breeders or this other breeder. And sure, AJ has some of that stuff too, but he also has some like high-end stuff that nobody else has. And I think it's a testament to kind of how he operates business-wise and how others operate their business-wise and how some people operate their business. The average amount of people average their business this way. And all that to say is that how that translates to shipping or any business is that my thing is that I want to provide the best product, right? The very best product. So right now I'm paying out of pocket to build on all these features, to develop this website, to make it as good as possible. Could I have built this thing off of like whatever, some crappy website builder? Yeah, it's possible. Could I have had AI build it? Yeah, it's possible to scrap something up together. But I wanted to build it custom from scratch with all the details and the features that we use, and so that the workflow is beautiful and nice and good. And I'm only going to keep improving on that continually. Like my focus right now is to constantly build on this website so that it will be so clean cut for you guys, for the customers, that it just makes sense to use it, right? Even if I'm charging 60% off of the retail rate or 50% off the retail rate, like people would still be willing to use it. Will they use it at that rate? I'm not sure. Because at this point, I think the floodgate is open in terms of understanding that, you don't need to buy a label for $90. Like that's pretty expensive. And we did that for a long time, and that's before we all knew what kind of the upcharge was on that. And, but it's my point is that it's possible to still charge a premium and charge more and still have in, and still run a good business, right? So my model isn't to be the cheapest, because I really want to invest in this platform, and especially phase 2, which is going to be a significant investment to build out. My focus isn't to be the cheapest, although you can run promos. You should do promos to kind of give like a freemium, or something where people and users can first notice you, and then you can kind of figure out the pricing adjustments, right? So it's kind of like Netflix, right? When Netflix first came out, I remember paying, what was it? It was like $7.99. Back then it was like Redbox. You guys remember Redbox, where we would go to Lucky's or Safeways or 7-Eleven, and they had Redboxes and DVDs. So that model killed Blockbuster, right? Because it was cheaper, but then they didn't do anything with it. Eventually, Redbox died because Netflix came about. Netflix, when it first started, was $7.99, and then what is it now? I'm paying like, was it $24.99 now, right? And that was incrementally improved throughout the years, and it's because their business model was kind of maybe what Morph Market did, where it's like, hey, like, let me lower the prices right now, intro rates, promo rates, and then you capture your audience, and then from there you kind of build on it. So for me, I'm kind of taking that approach too, where in September, and that's next week, I'm going to also kind of do this intro promo rate, where it's going to be much cheaper, and then it's so that people can utilize it. They know what ShipZeros is, and if the platform is sticky enough, if it's good enough, then hopefully people will stick around and stay, will sign up, and will kind of ship off of ShipZeros. And more than just taking customers, I really want to educate and bring in new shipping customers. That to me is a more difficult game, and to me is more rewarding, is because you're not just like stealing people's like customers, you're developing new ones, you're bringing more people into the hobby. So what I really like about Palm Street, as much Palm Street, you can hate them, you can love them, I don't know what it is, but what Palm Street did that what I think was a huge positive is that they brought a lot of new sellers into the reptile hobby. So they're doing all their advertisement. There's a lot of cross promotions, a lot of cross platforming with plants and reptiles, and eventually, like, you can ask some of the people that have been selling since last year, how many new reptile customers did they get, like brand new, and it's a good amount of people. And so for me, I am looking to bring in a lot more shippers into the industry. Like, oh, but they don't have enough animals to ship. I really think it's because a lot of people are afraid to ship, and I think there's a lot more customers to be had. So yeah, so that's kind of my mind right now. I know it's a little bit scattery, but I do. This is what happens when I don't have like an outline of like, oh, touch on this and this and this. I'm just kind of like a stream of thought consciousness. It just goes all over the place. But I wanted to share kind of my thoughts and kind of my the insanity that is going on right now when it comes to the ShipZeros thing. So I'm going to do this promo next month, and this isn't the promo. This is just kind of the rate plans. There's a lot of perks in the $30 plan, and obviously when people see $30, like, oh man, that's too much. I'm like, yeah, but look, it goes right back to your shipping credit. You're basically paying for your own shipping labels. On top of that, you get the best rates retained, and you get all these bonuses where when you top off when you refill your wallet credit, then you get extra bonuses, right? You get higher referral credits. There's benchmarks. So for example, like a wallet credit. So for example, when I was shipping, I've been utilizing my shipping for a little bit, and I had a benchmark of 25 labels. Once you book 25 labels, you get like, I forget what it was, $10. Once you hit 50 labels, you get like $20 credit, right? So all of these things kind of compound and build up, and you just get credits, like you just get a bunch of shipping credits. So the pricing for $30 is, you're not losing anything. If anything, you're gaining more than if you just do like a $0 plan or a $5 plan. $30 is the way to go. I mean, I make I make more money off of a basic plan than a premium plan. We'll just say the value proposition for a premium plan for users is very high. So I would recommend signing up for the premium plan and just taking advantage of all those perks and bonuses. And so I think a lot of people just kind of see $30 and like, I don't pay $30 a month. I'm like, dude, it's shipping credit. Like if you ship out 12 animals a year, dude, you're more than covered. You have plenty of time to ship those animals. And then if not, that's okay. If you only ship once or twice a year, then just go on the basic plan or just use the free membership. That's totally fine, right? Your rates just won't be as good, but it's still pretty good overall. So, yep. So that's kind of my my shipping platform. There's more I wanted to show you, but I realize I'm already rambling for 53 minutes. There's just more features in here. But if I click this, I think if I click this, okay, well, let me click this and see if there's sensitive information. If there is, I'll blot it out. I think we're safe here. Okay, I think it's safe to just say their name. It's Alyssa. So I also have another account too that I test a bunch of stuff, right? So I ship some stuff off of the other account, but I think right now this is safe to show. Okay, so this is your user dashboard. You have your wallet. Lifetime labels purchased. And then there's benchmarks. There's different benchmarks that say like, hey, you hit. Oh, it doesn't show here, but you hit like, oh, here you go, milestone achievement, 25 labels purchased. I got $10 extra. $10 credit to your wallet. Oh, milestone achieved, 50 labels purchased, $20 extra to your wallet. So so yeah, this is kind of I feel like it's a pretty good dashboard. It could be a little bit clunky. I feel like we could like streamline it a little bit better, but that's kind of what it's like simple, but there's enough here to kind of be intrigued by shipping more often off of this platform. So schedule pickups, I was just testing certain things, making sure that things were working. We have the address book. I won't click that so you don't see people's information. Referral system is just the referral basically. I'm a free member right now, but I'm also a paid member. So I'm just trying out different tiers just to test different things. So different things to play around with. You get $3 if you're a free member, $5 per referral if you're a premium plan member. I also just added this too. For every 10 referrals, you get a $10 bonus credit. And so things like that. Like I want to integrate and include all these different types of perks so that it's kind of fun to kind of ship off of, user feedback. I can share my thoughts with myself or the team. And then, but I do think this is a cool feature, my orders. Like when you have like a ton of orders roll in, then you have a live status update. I do have to tweak the performance of it so that it's more accurate, but it's not bad. So sometimes it'll say like, oh, picked up or in transit or exception or delivered. And I'm trying to make it so that it's in real time. Here's a tracking number. If you click this, it takes you to the FedEx website, or you can just click on this for an on-platform native tracking, which is tied to FedEx. Let's look at this one. Sorry, David Glach and Alyssa. Sorry, you guys' names on here. Shipment picked up. It's in San Jose. Arrived in Oakland, and then so this is stayed within the Bay Area for me. And then it left Oakland. Next morning, it went out and arrived to Pacheco. So all of this is in real time, 8:46, 7:47, 7:30. And you can see this all on my platform. You can do this, or else you could view it on FedEx. So all of these integrations and all of these things are going to be dialed in even further so that you guys have more and more updated and more accurate information. So this is still being developed, even though I feel like right now it's pretty good. You can also go to full view. Oops, I won't click on that because there's the customer's information. But if you click on full view, full details, then you can cancel your label as well in there and just rebook. So if you cancel a label, I think you get refunded. I have to make sure that functionality works. You get refunded and then you can just rebook your label. So anyway, there's more that I can talk about when it comes to the features, but we're an hour in, then I gotta go. So yeah, I mean, obviously I get excited about this stuff because to me, it's like, like we are shippers, and we hit all the pain points, and now we have an interface and a platform that I can fully customize and fully build out so that we can really address all the pain points, so that our processes and workflows for our other businesses, our reptile businesses, will be like super tight and good. And so I'm excited to provide that service. Like I'm very excited. I'm very tired, but I'm very tired, but I'm very excited. So right now it's an unknown entity. So even if you type in the chat GPT, like, hey, is ShipZeros legit? It's gonna say like it's a scam. So somebody told me that. Somebody looked me up and they're like, hey bro, like, what? Are you real? You know? And I mean, obviously, hey, I'm not a scam. I'm just new. I'm like brand new. There's no, you can't pull me up really on the website yet. It's very, it's very difficult to find me. And so I'm working through the process of SEO and all that stuff. And so I'm going to make sure that when you type in like, oh, shipping or ShipZeros, that you'll see me, you'll find me, and ChatGPT will know that I'm not a scam. I'm not trying to steal your money. So I don't see your money. Everything goes to Square. I don't see any of your payment information. So so yeah, there's still a lot of work to be done for the shipping thing, but for you guys that are just watching and don't really care about the features and kind of the details of that, I think it still applies in terms of this business, right? Business work ethic and understanding what your business is and how you want to get there. You have to be very intentional. You can't just haphazardly, just do whatever you want, right? Like, yes, a little bit of that, but also a little bit more of like a guided haphazardness, if that makes sense. An educated guess is more like it. So business-wise, I think a lot of us, I count myself included in this, we're just not super business savvy. And right now I'm cutting my teeth on Zeros Geckos, which is now doing well, and now the shipping platform, which I'm still learning. And I love learning. I love the process of building out communities and things. And for me, in my heart, it really is, for me, I find fulfillment in creating something, right? My goal is not to be like a gazillion-dollar company. That's the majority of people. For me, I don't need that. Like, I don't. Would it be nice to make a lot of money? Of course, right? Of course. And I do want to be a very successful business, but that is a goal. It's not the only goal, right? For me, the game is just building and learning and growing, because the most valuable thing for me is, one, character building, and also developing skills. Because you can win the lottery, but you could still be an asshole. You could still be a dirtbag. For me, I'd rather be a good person and have skills that I can take anywhere, and those to me are gold. And so if you're doing a business, don't think of just the money, if that makes sense. Think about the passion for your animals, but more than that, think about your character and the skills that you're building, because that's going to take you much farther than you trying to like save $50 by selling somebody's animal that you already resold. Reselling somebody's animal that you sold already, just to make an extra few bucks, which is pretty dirty, which happens. And so for me, like, I'm not trying to destroy spaces or destroy other companies or destroy any other businesses. If anything, I want to help the industry. I want to help people. I'm more than happy to work with others so that the industry as a whole grows and develops and gets better and better. And in that way, we help serve our customers better, right? Because at the end of the day, what are we without customers, right? We're nothing, right? And so the value is always to the customers. And selfishly, as person that's running now 2 businesses, for me, the gold is really developing better character and developing skill sets that will translate to any industry, you know. So character and developing skills, it's invaluable. So even if the shipping thing flops, you know, I've learned something, you know. Even if Zero's Geckos eventually fails, you know, or kind of falls apart, I would have learned something, and I can take that, I can translate it and work on something else. So that is the gold that I want, and I hope that I can impart on many of you guys that are trying to build your own businesses, build your own space within the hobby. It's not always about grabbing, like really, it's not. It's not about milking every single dollar and cent out of a person. It's really about the process of being in a space where you can develop and grow a community and help other people. And it sounds cheesy and cliche, but like, if you're not down to help people, like, get out of business. Like, you're just a selfish narcissist, you know. Businesses are meant to serve customers. Businesses are meant to provide services to help customers. And it's definitely been perverted in different industries and in every single space and sphere. But I do think that the more we understand that we build things so that we can help serve others, I think that's the goal right there, and that's the game. And yeah, you just learn to be better people along the way. So with that, I will leave you guys. There's so much more I want to say, but I'm just gonna leave it there because I can ramble on forever. But September promo coming up. The prices will be lower, and it will be very competitive. And so my hope and goal is that more people will see ShipZeros and they will see the platform is great and they will utilize it. And if not, then utilize the other companies, Morph Market, SYR, Redline, support them as well. Like, for me, my goal is not to be number one up there, right? My goal is to be up there along with these guys. I don't want to be like completely like a failure, but my goal is to be among you know, people that really care for the customers. And if you find that through these other companies, then awesome. Like, go to where you're most served and where you find the most value and where you feel the most cared for. So I'm not worried about that at all. I think that people will find their own space and their own place, and I will help a lot of people, hopefully. And for the many more people that are helped through these other businesses, man, I love it. I love it. I love the options. I love that there are options. So as long as there's no monopoly, like freaking Comcast, man, those guys are a freaking monopoly. I hate Comcast. Xfinity, those guys suck, man. Like, I'm stuck using Xfinity. I love options and good options, right? Xfinity is not a good option, and we're stuck with them. So, so if there's a lot of good options out there, then feel free to use them up and find what's best. So, cool. With that, take care. I will probably do a palm sheet next week, but mainly I'm trying to promote ShipZeros. If you find value in kind of my vlogs and kind of the Gecko Pod, I don't ask for a lot of things, but do me a favor. Feel free to go to my IG, ship.zeros, and follow that account. You can also follow me on Facebook, ShipZeros. I do have a ShipZeros YouTube that I just started, but I haven't put any content on there yet. Eventually, I want to have you know, interviews with customers and kind of talk through kind of shipping aspects in the industry and things like that. But yep, give me a follow, ship.zeros. Go to shipzeros.com over here and sign up for a free account. So just go to membership, and you can choose the $5 plan or hit this current plan, and it's free. You'll get 71% off retail for 30 days, and then it'll drop back down to 65. But just sign up for this free account, and then you can in the meantime, you can kind of figure out if these plans make sense for you, and you can sign up accordingly, or just stay free. But sign up, and no risk. Just try it out, feel it out. And if you have any questions, You can message me here on YouTube. You can message me on zeros_geckos. You can email me at harry@zerosgeckos.com, harry@shipzeros.com, all that stuff. So I'm going to link all of this stuff in kind of the description below. So take care, guys. I appreciate you all, and I will see you guys on the next one.